Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show live on LTV International. This is our main topic for today, discussing the efforts exerted by the state to support micro, small, and medium enterprises. And first, Doctor, we need to know more about the exhibition that we have mentioned earlier in our introduction.
Right. Well, this is a second round of the exhibition that's going to happen this October. Well, the last round proved very successful, to be honest, with over 500 projects participating in the exhibition and over 35 public associations were involved in the exhibition. It proved a success, and there were the public, we had like tens of thousands of people visiting the exhibition every day, and it achieved sales up to 27 million pounds, which is actually a great channel to open a channel for people who are working in micro projects and small medium projects to promote their products and to get to the public to know about their products. Also, a lot of deals happened after the exhibition with the participants that opened also a channel for them to market and promote their products. So it comes as part of the government's efforts towards promoting small, medium and micro projects. Because, well, small, medium, micro projects are very important for the growth of the economy and for the social growth and the economic growth. In fact, small and medium enterprises represent 46% of the world's GDP, which is actually a big number. It provides from 50 to 60% of employment opportunities worldwide. So it's a very, very important area that has to be utilized in order to help refresh the economy and achieve growth, because you can't only depend on providing job opportunities. You know, every year the market is provided with thousands and tens of thousands of people entering the job market. So you cannot keep the pace and keep providing only job opportunities for these people. A lot of people have other skills. A lot of people have, like, whether it's handicrafts, whether it's all areas of skills that can be utilized through entrepreneurship, through micro projects, small and medium enterprises, etc. So part of the effort of the government is trying to do like this exhibition to promote these industries, to promote the products and the services of these people working in the micro projects where they cannot afford to market for it themselves. They cannot have channels to be able to get the public to know about their products and services.
Yes. Also, Doctor, what about the role of such exhibitions in preserving the rare and ancient handicrafts that Egypt is well known for?
Right. Well, this is another important role, apart from the fact that they want to promote the small and medium and micro projects. Also, some industries like the old, woodwork and the copper, all these things were about to disappear. Pottery and things like that. It was about to disappear because, you know, there are rare skills in it, plus the ability of those who are skilled in these areas to be able to sustain their projects. To be able to market their products, to be able to keep sustaining the business, financing the business, etc. Finding other skills, other skilled labor to work in the same industry.
Marketing their products would be a main challenge.
Exactly. So the whole thing is financing the project, marketing the products, finding other help, like other skilled labor to be able to contribute with them is very rare, because you know, the more the industry, the older the industry is, you find very, very good skilled older people, but because it's not it's difficult to promote, difficult to market. You won't find more young skilled labor in these areas.
Yes.
So these difficulties might cause some industries to disappear. So it was important from the government side to be able to promote these industries, support them, also support in financing such projects, support in promoting the products and marketing their products, get people to know about them, give them a boost to be able to sustain and continue with their projects.
So what about, in light of what you said, what about the role of such exhibitions in providing more jobs, notably in areas where these handicrafts are prevalent, like Upper Egypt, for instance?
Yeah, this is actually, as I mentioned, the small medium enterprises represent around 50 to 60% of the world's job opportunities, which is a huge number.
Definitely.
In Egypt specifically, you have 98% of industrial facilities are small medium enterprise or small medium projects, which is still a huge number. And in the same sector, around 47% of job opportunities provided by SMEs. So if when we do such exhibitions and all other efforts to support this sector or to support the small medium enterprises, we contribute to their sustainability and their ability to keep performing, which reflects on the overall economy.
Yes. Dr. Sherine, also, why do you think would be, is it necessary to encourage the culture of free business and entrepreneurship?
Well, free business or entrepreneurship, specifically as we mentioned, small, medium enterprise and micro projects, is very important in so many areas, as well as helping growing economy. It also opens job opportunities for people like minorities, women, youth, you know, because not everyone can start a huge project or with a capital over 1 million or with a substantial amount of labor. So for these people who cannot start jobs with this amount of capital, promoting the small, medium and micro projects will help these people to enter the job market, so you will utilize more of your human capital. Also, it gives job opportunities to people with kind of lower skills or different skills, because these types of projects, they utilize simpler technologies and local technologies, which gives opportunities for people who has less sophisticated skills, let's say, to find job opportunities. Also, because they use simpler technologies, they end up being eco-friendly. So they don't abuse the environment,
yes,
which is a very good thing. So when you have like 98% of the industrial facilities consisting of small, medium enterprises, which means 98% of your industrial sector is being eco-friendly. So, but each and every enterprise or each and every project on its own cannot sustain continuity without the support of the government, the support of the, the social funds and, financing, promoting, marketing, and
yes. Dr. Sherine, also, what about the role of vocational training and developing the skills of those people?
This is actually a crucial role because, often you find people in these sectors, you could find them very, very skilled in the industry or in the technicality of, let's say, the handicrafts, for example. They are very technically skilled, but when it comes to starting a project or an enterprise on their own, they don't have the knowledge about management, administrative knowledge, knowledge about marketing, promoting products, managing people, the legality of everything, how to, how to get the
how to run a
licensing, how to run a business, and also the governmental part, how to get licensing, how to register your company, because you have to deal with more than one governmental authority to be able to obtain the right licensing.
Yes, but I believe that there has been lots of efforts exerted here to implement the one-stop shop, or like for the startups. A lot of facilitations have been made by the Ministry of Investment.
Exactly. What's happening is there were a number of challenges that was facing SMEs, and they were all addressed. Like the financing problem was addressed by actually the Central Bank of Egypt. There has been a banking reform in 2004, and there was a part of the CBE directives of the Central Bank of Egypt's directives to pay a special attention to SMEs in terms of financing, in terms of bridging the gap between banks and SMEs. Also, the Central Bank of Egypt, for example, the Egyptian Banking Institute, which is an Egyptian institute providing training programs and certificates, seminars, researches, etc., for the banking sector and the financial institutions. So they have a department specifically for SMEs. It provides certifications, training programs, coaching programs, seminars, conferences, and also the most important, one of also the challenges that was facing SMEs was information, research information about SMEs, about the requirements of the projects, requirements of the owners of SMEs, and also information about them, you know, like information for SMEs and about SMEs. So that was another effort. So as you mentioned, a lot of challenges that was faced in financing, in the authorities that you have to go to for registrations and licensing and everything. A lot of efforts had been done to kind of address the challenges that was facing SMEs to be able to facilitate their...
Dr. Sherine, moving on to technical education, how do you see the importance of enforcing technical education in such handicrafts or in this field?
It is important side by side because, as we mentioned, you have, for example, a very skilled handicrafts person deciding to start an enterprise, small, medium, micro, whatever. He's very good, he's very skilled at what he does. So there are two sides. He will need other labor to help him. So he needs vocational training for those who, he needs skilled labor technically in this area to be able to help him. So you have to have the vocational training and the technical training in this area. And in the same time, he has to have the knowledge, the administrative knowledge, the technical knowledge when it comes to management and when it comes to marketing, when it comes to building the capacity of him and his team to be able to sustain his enterprise. So you have to have this side by side with the technical education, vocational training, with the soft skills and the management training, etc.
Yes. Doctor, allow us to go for a report about furniture production, and the furniture production sector is considered to be one of the most promising sectors in Egypt today. And we're going to be taking a closer look at the Damietta Furniture City, which is one of the biggest furniture industrial zones in Egypt and in the Middle East region. Let's take a closer look, and we'll be back to continue our discussion with our guests here in the studio, live on The Breakfast Show.
Le projet de la Cité des Meubles à Damiette s'étend sur une superficie de 331 fedans à Chata, dans le gouvernorat de Damiette. Il a été lancé en vertu du décret numéro 999 de 2015 du Premier ministre. Et c'est l'autorité des génies des forces armées qui a effectué les travaux. Cette cité vise à transformer Damiette en une ville...
And still continuing our discussion here in the studio with Dr. Sherine Ramadan, Assistant Secretary General of the Human Capital AfroAct.org, and continuing our discussion about the importance of SMEs and its contribution to the economy, and of course providing job opportunities, and also making positive progress in the Egyptian economy. And Doctor, before we went to the break, we were talking about the role of technical education. What about the role of social media and the digital media, and as we're witnessing the digital transformation that we're witnessing in promoting and preserving such heritage?
Well, it is a whole area, like a very important area, because as you mentioned, it's the age of digital transformation. Now, most enterprises, specifically small and medium ones, use e-marketing and e-solutions, electronic solutions, to be able to market their products and to have like presence in the market. I mean, rarely now that you find TV advertisements, and unless it's for huge enterprises, but for small and medium enterprises, they mostly use social media. It's more cost effective and it achieves much faster results. It reaches...
And also that it has the let's say, the luxury of targeting your audience.
Exactly. You can choose and to target which segment you want to target.
Which city, which age
Exactly,
group.
which city, which geographical location, which segment of society you want to target, as well as targeting this segment in massive numbers at the same time, without having to exert a lot of financial effort in marketing and promoting your products. So, and it's becoming, in fact, it's becoming a major part of the marketing for any enterprise, whether small, medium enterprises, even bigger enterprises use social media. So social media presence, I don't know if in the future is going to replace altogether all other marketing methods, but for now, the social media presence has to be, it's a crucial element of your marketing strategy. So if it's enhanced, also this is a part of training, is getting the people who are starting micro projects and small and medium projects to train them on how to utilize this method in their marketing strategy. That would be very beneficial for them.
Yes. Also, Doctor, how do you see the Egyptian leadership and the president, of course, paying specific attention to such exhibitions and going to inaugurate the exhibitions and going talking to the handicrafts and those who are working on these exhibitions? How do you see this gesture or support?
Well, it comes as a part of the global vision of sustainable development, of the global vision of the Agenda 2030, Agenda 2063, paying specific attention. In fact, this exhibition on its own, it achieves more than one thing. It achieved promoting SMEs and entrepreneurship and micro projects, etc. Getting the public to know these products, boosting the work of people working in such areas, as well as preserving the, as you mentioned, the heritage and the cultural and heritage handicrafts that otherwise could have disappeared if it was not for the support of whether the government, governmental programs, non-governmental programs, social funds, etc. That helps these people with very skilled, with very good skills in these areas to sustain their projects. So it's a part of it is to help these people who work in the cultural heritage industries to not give up, as they may say, you know, because if what's causing these projects or these sectors to disappear is the unavailability to sustain financially, maybe finding the right skilled labor to help, etc. So the government's effort is focused on helping, as we mentioned, the SMEs and micro projects, along with preserving the heritage, preserving some industries from disappearing from the job market.
Yeah. Doctor, allow us to go for the break to see the report about Damietta Furniture City, and dear viewers, now we take a closer look at the Damietta Furniture City, one of the leading complexes in Egypt and in the region. Let's take a closer look.
The project of the Damietta City for Furniture is set up on a total area of 331 fadans in the Shatta region in Damietta Governorate. It was established by a decree number 999 for 2015 by the Prime Minister. The Engineering Authority of the Armed Forces is executing the construction work, which aims at transforming Damietta City into an integrated city specialized in furniture making through promoting the industry and upgrading it according to the latest world standards, especially where designs and production lines are concerned. The project also aims at creating exporting opportunities for Damietta City to enable it to compete regionally and internationally, in addition to providing more direct and indirect job opportunities. The Damietta City for Furniture represents one of the most important national projects with the political leadership aimed at supporting the industry that is considered the first craft for the people of Damietta Governorate. The city was established to improve this vital industry and to keep abreast of the international competition. The city provides 100,000 temporary job opportunities and 30,000 permanent ones. It comprises 21 essential sites containing small and medium-sized workshops, showrooms and technological centers. The area houses 2,400 small and medium-sized workshops and 75 specialized factories with overall areas between 1,000 and 10,000 square meters.
Welcome back, dear viewers. That was a very interesting report, and as the saying goes, a picture is better than 1,000 words. We've seen a lot of work that is being done in Damietta and very skillful workers. And continuing our discussion here in the studio with Dr. Sherine Ramadan, Assistant Secretary General of the Human Capital at AfroAct.org. Dr. Sherine, as we have talked about the importance of SMEs and the industry in preserving our heritage, what do you think are the current challenges posed in this area?
Well, there are a few challenges that have been, well, one of the challenges is financing, for example. I mean, even though there are multiplicity of financing or financial institutions trying to get to help the small, medium and micro projects, like the social fund, the social fund, and even governmental and non-governmental programs specifically focused on financing such projects. Yet only 5% of these projects are being financed due to administrative constraints and maybe lack of resources sometimes. So this is one of the challenges that needs to be addressed. And as I said, the Central Bank of Egypt has directions specifically towards trying to promote the idea of financing small, medium enterprises. They're trying to bridge the gap between banks and to facilitate, you know, the administrative regulations and constraints when it comes to providing the loans and financing, etc. So this is one part of the challenges. There's also the multiplicity of administrative authorities you have to go to for licensing and for registration. You have to deal with the Ministry of Foreign Trade and Ministry of Finance and social funds and etc. So and as you said, the government is trying to work on the one interface place which facilitates, because some people, you know, how the parallel economy or the, you know, informal enterprises, they actually compete with the small and medium enterprises, not facilitating for them to sustain in the market, because they do not go through the formal channels, they do not pay the formal taxes, so they can afford to give easier services with less prices, you know, so they kind of, it's a challenge for people who are going through because sometimes it's kind of costly to be able to go through the formal channels, obtaining licensing and registrations, etc. So these things has to be addressed. Also, as we mentioned, the marketing and the administrative and the managerial knowledge has to be addressed as well, because you can be very technically capable, but you have to build the capacity of people with enterprises to be able to sustain the enterprise in terms of management, promoting, marketing their product, being able to manage people, being able to know the market, etc. Because the small enterprise today might grow to be a bigger enterprise tomorrow.
Yes. We're going to be having our fingers crossed as the exhibition will be inaugurated today, and we'll be, of course, following up. We really appreciate your insight and your presence, Dr. Sherine Ramadan, Assistant Secretary General of Human Capital at AfroAct.org. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And dear viewers, now we will be leaving you with a report by our colleague Dina Yunus, and we'll be back to resume the breakfast show live on Nile TV International.